My husband insisted he was gay while drunk. My husband 30M and I 26F have been married for 4 years. In the 6 years we've been together, I have never had the suspicion that he was gay, assuming he actually is. The only signs I can really think of is that it took him a while to initiate sex. I always thought he was just shy like he said. I still have to initiate sex often because he'll only do it like once a week and sometimes won't even finish himself off. Sex is over once I've finished and we barely have any foreplay before. He always said he was under pressure and work takes a toll on him. I never questioned it. I mean, he's a paramedic and I know it's a stressful job. 2 days ago, him and I were invited to a friend's get-together. While there, he drinks a lot with the guys and is completely hammered by the time we need to leave. He doesn't drink much normally either. One of his friends had to even come with me so he can help my husband walk from the car to the apartment. When we get inside, he asks me for more whiskey, so I give it to him since he didn't have work the next day. He drinks quite a bit of it. I'm tired, so I decide to head off to bed. I go to give him a kiss like usual. As soon as I started bringing my face closer to his, he leaned back so far he almost fell off the chair. He had this really confused/disgusted look on his face and I laughed at first, but then when I went to kiss him on his cheek, he pushed my face away. Then he looked at me really shocked and said, "No, I'm gay." So I backed off and went to bed. I couldn't sleep all night. After 6 years together, why would he say that now? But now that I think of it, I wouldn't be surprised if he was. The next day, we were having breakfast and he was extremely hungover. I start telling him how drunk he was last night and he just laughs. Then I told him about what he did/said and he looked straight up at me really worried. I must have looked really upset because right after he said, "Everyone says stupid things when they're drunk, forget about it." Then he walked off saying he needs a shower. He's been a little distant ever since. Maybe I'm reading into this too much, I don't know. It's bothering me a lot and for some reason, I feel very hurt. I'd appreciate some help. Update. Ever since I confronted him about what he said while drunk, he had been ignoring me and giving me one-word answers all day and today. He's been looking extremely tired, worn out, sad, and stressed. I didn't want to push him to talk to me about it because I thought it would make him explode. But it's been eating at me ever since and I couldn't control myself and I burst out crying while he was getting ready for bed. I told him I needed answers because I didn't want our relationship to be like this. He was really hesitant to talk to me and tried leaving it at, "You don't need to cry, it's okay." But then I asked him if he was attracted to me and he gave me a look of pity without giving an answer. Then I asked him about women in general and he gave me the same look. It turns out you guys were right. He's gay, said he was meaning to tell me sometime soon. He said he drove himself crazy thinking about it and finding the right way to tell me that it came out while drunk instead. He said when we first started dating, he thought he was bisexual so he went on with it. Then he slowly came to realize he was gay but dug himself into a much deeper hole by then. He said he was diagnosed with major depression and was prescribed antidepressants but he couldn't take them because the side effects interfered with work. He also assured me he's never cheated on me, flirted with other guys, or been to any gay bars or clubs and said he had no intention to. I do believe him though, because I know he's not that kind of person, but also because his daily routines are the same: work, gym, which is in our apartment, and then straight home. He barely uses his phone for any other purpose but calls. It doesn't have a passcode on it either and he leaves it laying around everywhere. For some odd reason, I don't feel as angry and upset as I thought I would now that I know what's been going on. But I feel like I'm handling this too well and might break down sooner or later. He said the only way he can be fair to me at this point is if we get a divorce. So we agreed on that. He said he'd tell his friends, his family, and my family exactly what happened so nothing's left in the dark. I guess it all makes sense now. When I first met him he was a really happy/spirited person and when I look at him now it's completely gone. Thanks for the advice, it really helped prepare me for what went down today and I appreciate it. Now, any tips on moving on would also be of help.